We've got Saturn preparing to enter the sign of Aries, and here's why it's important. Hey, my name is Tracy. I am a consulting astrologer, and if you're new to my page, welcome. Saturn's ingress to the sign of Aries on May 24th is kind of a big deal. I personally like to think of Saturn as my homeboy. While this planet is definitely lacking in warmth, it is a very sobering energy. It's also a planet that ultimately has our backs. Saturn wants to ensure that whatever it is that we do it with intention, we do it with discipline, we do it with focus. In our birth chart, this planet actually describes where we have the potential of mastering something. What that something is depends on where Saturn is located in your unique astrological birth chart. And in order to reach any kind of mastery, it demands that we work hard. It demands that we put forth effort. It demands that we delay gratification. Sometimes it demands sacrifice. It often demands that we overcome whatever fears or obstacles or barriers that may inhibit us from reaching that state of mastery. So it's kind of why Saturn has such a bad reputation in astrology, because this planet is not going to hold our hands, bless us with love and light, and woo-woo us into success, right? Instead, Saturn's message is, shoulda got off the pot. Do the hard thing. Stop playing victim. Accept this harsh reality. Saturn is like the stern parental unit that will not allow us to get away with half-ass, lackluster effort. And so now this planet is moving into the sign of Aries, which is a sign that's known to be very ambitious. Aries is known to be very assertive, but on a core level, Aries is a sign that's literally meant to self-actualize. In classical myth, Aries was the god of war that was brave and courageous and fearless of diving in head first to accomplish the thing, achieve the thing, or make the thing happen. That said, Aries is also known to be quite impulsive. Aries is also known to be quite impatient. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and so everything needs to happen in a way that puts Aries first. Aries wants what it wants yesterday. And so needless to say, this is a sign that for all of its bravado and aspirations and enterprising spirit, it's also quite hasty and aggressive and pushy. This is where Saturn's influence will serve as a tempering kind of energy when it comes to the heat that Aries exudes. In other words, Saturn's influence in Aries will be one that helps us all learn how to patiently and intentionally and strategically pursue our deepest goals, wants, and desires. Now, on the one hand, this could be a welcomed experience because patience is definitely going to be our lesson. It's definitely going to be an experience that demands we slow down, but for the purpose of achieving our aims. Saturn's energy can also often feel like a wet blanket, and it's quite possible that this planet kind of dampens our enthusiasm. But what I personally appreciate about Saturn and Aries, and I've been feeling this ingress over the past few weeks now, is that no matter what our experience is when it comes to achieving our aims, whatever they may be, Saturn and Aries will insist that we do so responsibly. Saturn and Aries will insist that we do so with authority. Saturn and Aries will give us the added support, if you will, when it comes to overcoming the hard things, the barriers, the difficulties that might hinder our efforts and delay our progress. But what's more, and probably what's most important, is that Saturn and Aries will insist that we master whatever it is that we're trying to achieve. And because this energy has such an Aries tone to it, right? What we are mastering, what we are essentially striving toward is this experience of actualizing our passions, making manifest our dreams. Keep in mind that before Saturn reached Aries, it's been traveling through the sign of Pisces, which is not only the sign that precedes Aries on the zodiac wheel, but it's the last sign of the zodiac. And Saturn in Pisces brought a reality check, specifically with regards to who we're trying to become, not just individually, but as a collective. Saturn in Pisces demanded that we not escape from our dreams, but that we face them, or face the truth that we haven't quite reached our aims yet. We haven't quite reached our potential, and there is more for us in this incarnation, in this collective world. And so now we have Saturn venturing into the sign of Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, where it has not been since the mid 1990s, beginning a new cycle in a way that almost gives us permission to start new, to start again, to start fresh. All of this on the heels of the Aries solar eclipse that happened on March 29th, on the heels of Neptune's ingress to the sign of Aries that happened on March 30th. And so while Saturn's influence can be very heavy, it can be very weighty, it can generate a lot of responsibility, and may not necessarily be the easiest influence to navigate in a sign like Aries, this planet is actually throwing us a bone. It's throwing us an anchor, and in a way that, in fact, allows us to self-actualize and to manifest the dreams that we thought were lost, and to do so again with greater intentionality, with greater focus, with greater discipline. Of course, I have so much more to say about this on my Substack, so if you are not subscribed, please do so. And in the meantime, I'll be sure to put out some horoscopes so that you know how this ingress is affecting your sign personally. And of course, if you want more specific information as it relates to where Saturn is traveling through the sign of Aries in your unique astrological birth chart, you can tap the link below, visit my website at tracylrogers.com. Happy Saturn in Aries.